4:30 p.m. from January 2023. Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria. Let's talk about money.
If you've made a decision to aim for a long-term and successful finance career, taking the Chartered Financial Analyst CFA exam and studying the curriculum is an excellent way to ensure you have a strong knowledge base and top-notch skills. Are you ready to take the bold step to invest in yourself? CFA Society Nigeria is at your disposal, promoting the highest standards of investment practice in Nigeria. As an affiliate of CFA Institute, CFA Society Nigeria seeks to promote the highest standards of investment practice in Nigeria and to provide a vibrant community in which its members and other key players in the investment industry can interact and grow. When you have the CFA Charter, you're globally recognized. Take advantage today by writing the CFA exam and joining us at CFA Society Nigeria. For more information, visit us at cfasocietyn.org. CFA Society Nigeria, making finance a force for good.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Money Talks. Money Talks. Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria. Let's talk about money.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much indeed for joining us again this Monday for Money Talks. Money Talks is a financial literacy program and is brought to you by CFA Society Nigeria. Smart Uzechi is my name. My guest today on the program is Ola Oladele CFA. Ola is a BSc Accounting graduate of the University of Lagos, Nigeria. She is also a CFA charter holder and a member of the CFA Society Nigeria. She started her career in treasury as a Naira dealer at Kakawa Discount House, where she subsequently moved to trading money market and fixed income securities. After Kakawa's evolution into FBN Quest Merchant Bank, Ola was responsible for managing the balance sheet and liquidity of the bank. Her last role was at Parthian Partners Limited, a fixed income inter-dealer brokerage firm, as executive management with both market and operational oversight of the business. Aside building her career in finance, Ola is actively engaged in financial education on both individual and organizational levels. She is the founder of Ola Oladele.com, a social enterprise focused on bridging the pervasive financial education gap amongst individuals. Ola is also on the faculty of Tekidia Mini MBA and Joseph Business School, Lagos. Her thoughts on personal finance, investing, and the economy have been featured on both local and foreign traditional and electronic media. Let's welcome to the program this evening, Ola Oladele CFA. Ola, good evening and welcome to Money Talks.
Good evening and thank you for having me.
That's right. So today we're going to be discussing with Ola. It has to be said, not Ola. This is Ola Oladele. So maybe later we'll have to explain, all of that. The role of savings in building wealth is what we're going to be discussing with Ola this evening. We've talked about investing. Now it's time to talk about savings on the program. You stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break to begin the discussion proper.
We are professionals. We are impact driven. We are CFA Society Nigeria, a member society of the CFA Institute Global Network of Societies. Our mission is to promote the highest standard of practice in the Nigerian financial services industry and provide a vibrant community for our members. The CFA Charter signals the holder's commitment to professional excellence. As thought leaders, we collaborate with stakeholders to ensure adherence to ethical standards, better education for professionals, and to build market integrity. We are the leading voice for advocacy in the finance and investment industry in Nigeria. To partner with us or become our member, visit us at cfasocietynG.org for more details. CFA Society Nigeria, making finance a force for good.
Welcome back to the program. Ola Oladele is my guest on the program this evening. The role of savings in building wealth is our subject of discussion here today. You can join the conversation online, CFA Society NG on Instagram and on Twitter, or you can go to our website www.cfasocietynG.org and join there as well. If you're on Facebook, YouTube or LinkedIn, CFA Society Nigeria, you can find us there and join the conversation quickly. So, Ola, let's come back here this evening. We're talking this evening the role of savings in building wealth. As I mentioned earlier, we've talked about investing on this program before. Now we want to talk about savings. So tell us, what is savings actually? Because everybody's talking savings. What does it really mean, this word savings? And how does it relate with investing and, of course, building wealth?
Thank you for having me once again. In simple terms, saving is keeping away money to use it for a specific purpose. In simple terms also, when you make money, let's say you make 100k and you spend 80k, the 20k that is left, if it's not spent randomly, it is called savings. Now, when it comes to wealth, savings is not just keeping money, because you could keep that 20k because you want to use it to go shopping next week. You won't entirely call that savings in this context, but savings in the context of building wealth is that you put money away so that you can invest it, so you can use it as a springboard to make more money. That is what savings is.
So if I put the money away to invest it, how does it translate to savings?
So what I'm saying is that the difference between keeping money in your accounts randomly and calling it savings
I thought that was savings.
Is the purpose of that money. If you are keeping it to buy the next shoe, then you are not necessarily saving. You are just holding that money because the shoe has not yet arrived. But if you are keeping the money because you want to invest it, then it is savings.
Oh, really? So keeping money with the intention to invest it.
Yes.
That is savings.
Yes.
What about keeping money for the rainy day? I mean, just in case my car breaks down, my child takes ill.
So investment is not necessarily always financial.
Okay.
In that context, you are preserving that wealth for family purposes, for a purpose beyond frivolous spending. So of course your emergency funds will be called savings. They are also savings because you are not going to see something you don't really need, right, and spend it on it. But if you have a health emergency, the fact that you've kept that money for the rainy day and you can fall back on it, you can call it savings.
Savings, that's right. So from your explanation, Ola, earlier, savings appear to be, let me say, fundamental to economic development. So can you describe the link between the two of them? And then you will also tell us, how does the small, this ajo that people do in the market, that market woman ajo, how does it help the economy? Because people save, using such initiatives.
Fantastic. I'll use a simple scenario. Imagine if you have an apple, and then after you finish eating the apple, there are seeds left in the apple. And then you can decide to throw the seeds away. But a farmer picks up that seed and finds the right soil. He plants it in the soil and he has trees. Think of the apple as your fruits of your labor, your work. The part you save is the seed. Now, if you decide to plant that seed in the right environment, what happens? For the farmer, he has hired people, he has bought land, he produces plenty of fruit that he can give out to other people, and he can sell. That's the ripple effect. So in the same vein, when you save that amount of money, even if you leave it in the bank, right, the bank can use that money to give people loans. If you now decide you want to invest it directly and you decide to invest it, your friend is hungry, needs money, and says, okay, I can buy 10 shoes for you. Buy the shoes at 10K for one, and then sell them at 12K. You have helped the economy. That is as simple as it is. So as much as you might not think that your money is important in the scheme of things, the reality is that that small amount that you have in your hands, if you give it to the bully seller on the road, she can turn it over. That is what savings does. It's the same spirit with Ajo. The fact that you can gather money together and do something with it, right? As long as it's not that you gather the money so you can throw it into something you don't really need. Because I mean, the spirit of it still matters, right? But the same Ajo, just gathering that money together and using it to do something significant, it helps the economy.
But would you really encourage Ajo savings, using Ajo? Because, sometimes people come together, maybe you have like 5, 6 persons coming together and they say, okay, I'm going to go carry first and this one go carry last, and somewhere in between, somebody mama go just die and story begins to enter, so do you really think people should be doing that?
So in 2023, I do not think Ajo should come up at all, because if it's about the discipline, you can set up a direct debit with your bank account. So as your salary is coming, they are taking that amount and putting it somewhere safe that the federal government is insuring for you. But I mean, it's a cultural thing. So for some people, that's what they know. So if that's what you know, start with it. But understand the risks. Understand that if you transfer somebody's account and the person jackpots with it, that's the end. Those are the risks, right? But your bank is here to stay. So understand those risks and try and adjust with 2023. There are a lot of financial institutions that can help you, so you don't have to go that route.
Okay, Ola, let's go to the cocoa of the matter. Like we say in local parlance here. And doing that is actually going to talk about the nitty-gritty of savings and how it can actually help us to build wealth. So let me ask you, how do we save? What should be the frequency of our savings and why do we really need to save? So let's take those tripartite one. Okay,
to say how to save, the first thing I would say is you need to create a structure and a system that works for you. In 2023, I would say have a separate bank account. That's the first thing. A separate bank account that maybe you don't have an ATM card attached to, or you can't do something to take money out of it. So that the money that goes there, you can't really access it as easily as you want to. It helps your discipline. So that's the first thing. Have a separate bank account. Then the next thing is, how does your cash come? If, for example, you are a salary earner and you get your money on the 24th every month, then as your money is coming in, pay your future self first. Because if you say,
pay your future self
first.
What do you mean?
I talked about the apple.
Yeah.
The tree is going to grow in like 5 years. An apple tree takes time. But if you just look at that seed, you will think that nothing will happen in the future. Even when you plant it, you won't see anything happening immediately.
Yeah.
But what are you doing? You are ensuring that you have a tree with plenty fruits in the future. So that's paying your future self is the way you need to think of saving, so that it puts a weight and helps you with your personal discipline, because all the current things are attractive, right? But if you can think about my future self, I want a massive tree, then it helps you. So like I said, pay your future self first. Take out that money first, because if you say you want the remaining money after you spent is what you will save, you can spend everything because there's always something to spend money on. So that's the first thing. Take it out and then do all other things, or make it an expense along with other things and move into that account. Now, if you're someone whose money comes intermittently, like you run a business, so you get paid today and all that, I would recommend, first of all, separate your personal from your business. That's another story on its own. But then however you decide, right, a percentage of your revenue, a percentage, be putting it away. But the major thing is, as that money comes, move it out. That's the major how I would say. And then why do we need to create that system? Because we are human beings.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to enjoy life. It's fun. It's fundamental to life that there's a natural inclination to do the thing that you enjoy the most. And paying your future self is a sacrifice for today, right? It's you saying, I could buy a car, but I'm taking bus. It's you saying, I could buy a designer car, dress or whatever, and I'm shopping at Ted Show Market. When you compare yourself with others, it might not look good. So you have to put yourself in the right frame of mind to know why you are doing what you're doing.
So another fundamental question that's related to this is, where do we save this money? Because there are lots of people who are, popping up everywhere, asking people for their money, promising some very juicy, interest rate on those monies. So it's very important to know, where do we save, in what channels and instrument do we save these monies, and then what exactly should we be saving?
You should be saving cash. That's what you should be saving, right? You can't start your journey. You can't say you want apple trees and you're holding oranges, right? You should be saving cash. That's the first thing. Now, where should you be saving money? I recommend regulated entities. That's like the baseline. Banks, asset managers that have funds, microfinance banks that have, that take deposits and all that. Those are regulated entities. The likelihood of your money disappearing overnight is next to zero. Is very, very minimal, right? That's saving. We're talking about saving here. When you start getting all those offers, all those grand offers, you're talking about investing, right? So if it's about gathering the money together, where should you put it? Put it in somewhere that is regulated. The goal of that saving is not necessarily returns. The goal of that saving is safety. Don't take your money and let it disappear overnight. And because the way it disappears is always very shocking, right? So I always recommend regulated entities. Once you are in a regulated entity, regulated by the SEC or the central bank, you should be fine.
So are we seeing here now that once the interest rate is very high, it's fake?
No, you can't say that entirely. But you have to look very well, because the higher the risk, the higher the return. So if someone is offering you high returns, the question is why? Why are they offering you this kind of returns? Because once they are offering you high returns, there's high risk. So check if the risk is something you can handle and you understand, then that is an investment. Go ahead. But if you don't understand it and you are just hazy and all you are looking at is the return and doubling your money, then it's better for your money to be sitting down in a bank at 0 or 0.5 than for your capital that you saved and worked hard for to disappear in one day. Because
sometimes when you get the interest rates from these banks at the end of the month, you feel like just going there and telling them, give me my money. In case you just joined us now, Money Talks is on 92.3 Inspiration FM Smart. Uzechi is my name. Ola Oladele is the guest here today, and we're talking about the role of savings in building wealth. If you're there, you want to participate on the program, you want to make a contribution, you want to ask a question, you're welcome to do that. You can call us on the telephone now, 0700-923-923-923. That's the telephone number, 0700-923-923-923. You have a question on savings, where to save, how to save, what portion to save, or whatever it is you want to ask about money. This program is Money Talks. You can call us on the phone or send us a message on WhatsApp, 0817-313-6193, 0817-313-6193. That's the WhatsApp number. Again, you can call us on 0700-923-923-923. That's our number. Just any question about money and savings that we're talking about today is welcome. So, Ola, let's talk about how easy it is for people to actually save, money, especially when it has to do with people who earn money monthly, or those who are daily earners like traders or artisans. Is it really easy to indulge in this savings habit?
It is. I think people always think that you must save a lot of money. I think that's where the mistake starts from. If, for example, as a business owner, you have grown to a point where you know that for sure every day you make sales of 10K, right? Saving 500 is not bad. It adds up, right? If it's 50K, saving 1K, 2K, whatever it is that you can comfortably do and start with it. The reality is that as you keep at it, you would grow. So if you look at it from that angle, then the random 1K that you leave in your pocket that you had to hustle to change in the bank now, right, is the money that you could have been saving. It's as simple as that. But I realize the major problem that people have is that they think that they must have big money before they can save. And that definition of big money is always fleeting. Because if big money was 50K before, by the time you grow a little, big money becomes 200K, and it keeps pushing you to the future, right? But whatever you have right now, it's a seed. Put it in. The good thing is that in Nigeria right now, you can invest with 1K. You can buy a stock that is 20 naira. If you buy 20 naira stock and you have 1K, apart from charges, you would have spent like 900 naira on it. And maybe that's what, like 50 units, 40 units of that stock. And when they are paying dividend, they will pay your dividend. So it is still money, right? And today you have 1K. Tomorrow, even if you're a student, you have 1K today. Tomorrow you have 2K, and you start building from there.
The number once again to call here, to talk to Ola Oladele on the role of savings in building wealth. That's what we're talking about today. You can participate here. 0700 923 923 923. That's 0700 923 923 923. This is some kind of a free consultation with the professional here, charter holder, on savings and building wealth. Or you can send us a message on WhatsApp 0817 313 6193. That's 0817 313 6193. You can go to the website www.cfasocietyng.org and get information as well. So Ola, to those who are listening to us this evening, let's talk about why we need to build up our wealth. It's really very key. You know, a lot of people talk about you need to put this money aside. Like we used to jokingly say that the men, you know, you hear the women say you need to keep something aside in case you die, you know, leave something for me and the children. And then we begin to ask, so is it that the men die first all the time, so they have to leave money? So why do we really need to build up our wealth?
So beyond thinking about death, which we all believe will be very far,
yeah,
right? At some point you will retire. You can't keep working the way you are working right now forever. You need to enjoy, you need to relax.
Yeah.
You know, and if you think about it, how much, if you have anyone that has pensions, that collects pensions right now, how much is their pensions? If they've been collecting the same amount for 10 years, you realize that the value has shrunk significantly. So beyond whatever your pension fund gives you, if you even have one, you need to gather wealth for that time where you want to take that break. For some people, there's a goal of financial independence, retire early, right? That means I don't want to wait till 60 before I retire. For you to fund that life, you need money. And the first step in that is you need wealth. You need to build wealth. You need to invest, then actually have the returns that you can now start spending out of. And if you don't make enough and you start spending too early, you go broke and you have to go back to start working. So basically, what am I saying? Beyond the whole idea of death and all that, which is also valid and it still is something that would eventually happen, right? The idea is that you need to build wealth to secure your financial future. You need to be able to say that I'm not enjoying this job. I can't breathe. I don't have enough time to even apply for another job. So let me resign. If I resign, I will have 3 months clarity. In those 3 months, I'm sure I'll find another job. But if you don't have any savings, you'll be there knowing that you don't have breathing space to think, knowing that you need to apply to another job and not having the bandwidth to apply to that other job, you know, or you'll be working. You know that you need a break. You'll be running your business. You know you need a break because your body is tired. But because you must eat tomorrow, you have to keep at it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be so grand like death, but the fact that you just need to be able to say, I want to take a week off and rest. And actually switch off your phone and rest and not feel like, hey, what if the money for tomorrow, do you understand? How will I eat tomorrow? Or if something happens, right? You have a bill that comes up. Somebody hits your car. You don't have insurance. And that's the only car. You need to have savings. So beyond just those nasty things like death, just life and living. Your child comes and they say they want, you plan for school fees, plan for this, but your child says, okay, there's this excursion. You can't do it because there's no bandwidth for anything, you know. So, and we know that life happens, right? You can't predict everything, that whether it's good or bad. What if someone invites you and says, come to North America right now, when you get there, will give you 100K, but you have to show up there. You don't have money for tickets, and money is waiting at the other side. It doesn't always have to be bad, but the fact that you need leeway, you need to actually breathe and not be under financial pressure.
Somebody listening now may just say, this Ola is just talking maybe because she's a big babe or something. What about me? That the money I'm making is not even enough to go through today, let alone trying to save. Like people who are living from hand to mouth. How do they think about savings?
So it's a dicey situation, and it's something that we always have to respect. But I would say, how do you leverage on where you are right now? By leveraging on where you are right now, what can you do to increase the amount of money you are making? That's one. Secondly, when you think of the woman that sells akara by the road, there are some of them that you see that from that akara that they are sending their children to school, and they are building a house somewhere. To be dropping 1K every time. Oga, now 1K I go they drop. I gather money today, I drop. I gather money today, I drop. As you see her, she's building. She'll first of all finish paying for the land. Next thing, she'll start buying one block at a time. The next thing, she would build that block. It might take her 10 years. But one day she will say, me, I be landlord. Me, I they put person they pay me 5,000 every month for rent. Right? So it's not necessarily about how much money you have, because also people that have a lot of money don't necessarily save. And they can go from I'm rich to I'm broke in 1 month. So yes, there's that real life stressor of, okay, I don't think I'm making enough, but you have to fight for it. You have to find a way to make more money, or even if the tips you are getting, let's live on your salary and be saving or investing the tips. You have to have a strategy. Even if it's 500 naira, you need to start.
Okay, this will be the last question because we've run out of time. I've so much enjoyed this. I'm sure a lot of people are getting so much education from what we're doing here tonight. So let me ask you, Ola, at what age should someone actually start saving? And at what age should someone stop saving?
Age you should start saving as soon as you are born. As you have a child and they give the child money, open a bank account for that child.
Plenty money we have given our mothers till today.
So yes, that's as soon as you can, just start. Whether you're in school, wherever, just start. It's a muscle you need to build. That's one. When should you end? When you have blown. When you have hit that place where if I do not invest again, the returns for my investment can fund my life. And it is possible to get there. But if you are not there, you need to save. You need to invest. Wow.
Thank you so much, Ola. But before we let you go, just one final thing I want you to say to people who are listening. I know it's difficult this time around. Nigerians are even having to use Naira to buy Naira. You know, a lot of people's savings have been wiped out. You know, so many businesses have shut down because of just one policy. What do you have to say to people as regarding savings, even at these very difficult times financially?
The reality is that you can't stop. As long as you are alive, you need money. So I would encourage you, pick up yourself, find the next thing that you can do and keep moving, because you cannot outsource your health and your lifestyle and your finances. You can't outsource your health and your finances. Nobody can jog for you to lose weight. Nobody can eat vegetables and you'll be slim or you'll be healthy. It's the same way that you can't outsource the building of your wealth and the securing of your finances, right? So you have to get up, you have to hold yourself, you have to dust yourself up from the stress and the pressure, put your eyes away and think of what you can do until you find it and then start doing it.
Thank you so much. I've had this evening Ola Oladele.
I love it.
And that's where the Ola is coming from. So it's not Ola. So this is Ola Oladele. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So you can follow us. Go to our website, www.cfasocietynG.org. I can get information from there concerning CFA, or go to LinkedIn, CFA Society NG, on LinkedIn, Facebook, and of course Instagram and Twitter, and you find us there. Till next Monday at 4:30 p.m. Smart Uzechi is my name, asking you to have a very good evening.
It's 5 o'clock. 92.3, your number one family radio.